Hey everyone, Craig Williams here, back with another video. In this video I'm going to show you how to make the chopper sort of sounding synth that I was using in my complextro tutorial. To have a listen, it just sounds like this. There you go. Sort of sounds like the old Huey helicopters from Vietnam or whatever, but kind of sounds cool. And someone asked me if I could make it, and instead of having to try and make synths that I haven't made, obviously like Skrillex and stuff like that, this is one that I've made and it's nice and easy, and I can show you all guys how to do it so you can use it in your own productions without sounding like everyone else out there. So for this, it is massive. We'll go with mono. And obviously it's a new sound, so want to do new sound straight up. First thing you want to do is head over to the voicing and want to change this to 6. Helps fatten up the sound. Where are we? So that's 1. At 6, you can already hear it's sort of laid the sound up a bit more. It's got a little bit fatter. Want to make it monophonic and legato. Next up, we can do the oscillators. So for the first one, I've used Digi 1. That's the one there. And we've got this -12. You can hear that it's starting to get a little bit dirty, get something going. This one is the crush, and pull the amp back and wave. Obviously it's a little bit of playing around with getting the right sound that you want. You can obviously change the wavetable position for each of these to get a slightly different sound. From this one down 12 as well. Next up, oscillator 3, and this is as it is just there, and just tense. And we want to bring this all the way down 2 octaves to -24. That's a bit better there. Come along here. We want to make it in series rather, and this would be a low pass 4. Bring the resonance all the way down. And next up, we can go to modulation oscillator, and we just want to select the phase, and for the second oscillator, just you can hear the difference there. It's a bit more nasally, it's a bit more bassy and rounded off there. Next up, the thing that shapes most of the sound is obviously the LFO, and I'm going to attach the LFO to a couple of things, one being the cutoff over here. You can start to hear it there, and next is the wavetable position over here. Now you can hear it's pretty rounded. It's not really what we want. So I've selected this one, so it's as it drops down, as the LFO drops down, it has to go up, so it gives it that biting sound at the start. So you can hear there it's getting close to the sound that we want. Next up, I'm going to come over and just move this over here. Add an EQ. EQs on this are pretty decent, so Massive as a whole is pretty CPU heavy, so you might as well utilize sort of everything in here before adding more plugins and stuff like that. You can already hear adds a lot of bass to it there, and then we'll just make it a bit more beefy. And then for this I have attached the envelope 1 to the low shelf and 1 to the boost as well. Helps to create a little bit more movement in the sound. And then the settings for this, bit of attack there, level there, decay, pull this level down, and the release is. So there you go. This envelope here is what's affecting these two parts here. So you can hear there it's peaking out, so you want to pull the level down. There's a little bit of a click at the end, so you can do things like adjust the main envelope, which is the amp envelope, which is affecting the whole sound. And as you can see here, there's a lot of movement, a lot of dynamic range in the actual sound. So one thing you can do while you're shaping your sound is put a adaptive limiter on there, and this would just help tame the sound, so you're not going to get that that huge fluctuation in dynamics. Obviously, try a compressor first. You don't want to be mixing into limiters the whole way, otherwise you get that the sound can be overcooked. But for this one, I know that I did use a limiter at the end of my chain. So that's pretty much about it. If you guys want to see any other tutorials more leaning towards technique, feel free to drop us a line. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to head over to my Facebook page or my SoundCloud page for updates and a bunch of free music. All the links are in the description. And until next time, see you later.